All righty. Well, we're getting to the Hardley Boys segment because they did a promo in the back. And next week, they're going to insert a wild card in the Owen Hart tournament that's going to win the whole thing. And then they ended it with some unfunny comedy. I was hoping that would be all that we would see of them on this program, but it was not to be. Because I don't know why they're doing this, but they sent the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn to the ring and then went to break, but they didn't rap. Caster didn't rap. They come back from the break. It's the top of the 9 o'clock hour. They want, apparently, they thought that the Acclaim's appeal that they may still have left with the fans would counteract the Buckaroos' go-away heat to where they might stay even or gain a bit at the top of the hour. But the Acclaimed has dovetailed in popularity. They lightly chanted "Scissor Me, Daddy" when they first started the promo, but Max Caster doing a promo with no music, it didn't. And that's where we mentioned earlier in the show, they tried to bleep young cucks, and they bleeped it twice, but they let pricks go by. So I don't know what's going on. But the whole thing is the Acclaimed beat the Buckaroos last week to earn a title shot. Now they got to beat them one more time, and they're going to win the belts. And then Bowens did a promo that was better than Caster's. It said, all we need to do is beat you in a nozzles one more time. And they start to scissor, but then, of course, here come the Lollipop Guild and O'Cody, and they interrupt it so that the people don't get to see the scissoring. And they have O'Cody say, "As scissor me, bitch." There went several $1 million so that you can have an unimpressive, goofy looking fucking guy in an ill-fitting suit come out and say bitch in a foreign accent. Was that a good investment, you think, Brian?
No. Turns out I don't think it was at all. Even if Okada was booked well, I don't know if it would be a good investment right now, just because of a variety of factors.
Because he can't do anything, such as he's the shits. That's the first thing. And by the way, I watched that match with Ultimo Guerrero.
Oh, and the one where apparently he showed up not knowing he needed a mask.
Yes.
And then they had to sew him one together quickly.
A masked wrestler from Mexico showed up not knowing he needed a mask to wrestle in. And they made him one, and it didn't fit. And that's what was O'Cody's excuse? The guy with the ill-fitting mask looked better than O'Cody. He can't move. His body sucks. His haircut is stupid. His promos are silly. His work is the shits. He has no emotion. And he looks broken down physically on top of the pale, flabby physique. Good Lord, what is everybody else looking at? So anyway.
His resume. That's the problem. Everyone's treating him like he's the wrestler he was 8 years ago. And he's not. The match was a disaster, and apparently it was taped, so they edited it a great deal to get it on air.
If what they showed was what they could consider airing, what did they cut out?
Yeah, not good. He has not looked impressive at all. And we've seen a string of guys right now, the last few years, come out of Japan, broken down and beaten down from the style and the schedule. From Ibushi, who immediately had both legs snap or
amputated. He's going to come back looking like Cotton Hill.
Man, there were people talking about him when he was coming in, like, this will shut you guys up. Wait until you see the real Ibushi. He came in, looked like he didn't give a shit, looked like he hadn't worked out in years, and just worked what we're seeing, this like soft, safe, and again, it's supposed to all be safe, but it's supposed to look good.
But it's not supposed to look phony.
Yeah, just everything is looking soft, and Okada, to go back to him, has not looked very good in AEW so far.
Ibushi came in to sign a contract to take care of him while he went and had everything he had operated on. What he obviously did. So then Again, the Buckaroos, they're being booed out of the building by the fans, but not in the good money drawing way, but in like, oh, please shut the fuck up. Ooh, we don't want. And they challenge the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn for Forbidden Door. But Billy Gunn got on a microphone and actually saved it with a little bit of energy, but then say, I know some important people. I'd like to kick your ass right now. And he would be able to if he wanted to. But I'm a step aside because we've got another partner that's going to be the Acclaim's partner. I know a president. And most normal people be saying, what, he's going to fucking get Joe Biden? But no, the video pops up on the screen of Tanahashi. And for all of the, 46,000 people in a country of 350 million that watch New Japan Pro Wrestling on Access somewhere, they know Tanahashi's the president of New Japan. But his promo plays with subtitles. He's going to be the third guy against the Elite. And that was it. What the promos with subtitles now we're getting multiple times. Does anybody, nobody reads anymore. Do you think they want to read to be sold a fucking pay-per-view match?
I think at a certain point, more than almost anything else in AEW, this is where Tony needs to let go of his fandom. The build up to Forbidden Door every year is becoming a disaster. And it's just constantly another surprise. Who is it? Oh, it's another New Japan wrestler you saw last year do the exact same fucking thing right before this pay-per-view. Now it's Stardom. Now it's CMLL. And you're just loading this show where no one's over with lots of people who aren't over because they've never been seen. Like, they've never been at a shot. And now we get this. Another match added to Forbidden Door. Because that's what we wanted when we ran down the 9-match card or whatever it was. Another match.
Is the jury in or out on whether we're watching that fucking thing or not?
I want to see a few matches, so I have to, I'm going to watch it.
What about a truncated version of where just the 2 or 3 things, if they have that many, that involving somebody that we know and have heard of that people may be interested in discussing?
See, I'm okay with that unless it's one of those things where it's like a match like the BCC versus LIJ.
Like, where you've just got to express consternation that it was allowed to be shown.
Like, I don't think you'd want to watch Moxley versus Naito. However, if we hear that it's like extra Moxley-ish, that may be worth a review. MJF versus Hechicero, I'm watching that. Swerve versus Ospreay, that's the no-brainer, right?
Yeah, morbid curiosity for MJF and Hechichichia.
In home. I mean, that's MJF's home, too. That's Long Island. So it's a hometown show with MJF versus Hechicero. And there are other matches. I mean, I kind of want to see the Mercedes Moné match to see if it's any good. And I kind of want to see the Mina Shirakawa match just because she's got her boobs out on display for everyone and she doesn't seem to mind anyone talking about it.